this is it here.
This is here behind.
No trees, no.
No, my husband planted all those trees.
Okay.
He was a nature lover, so he planted all those trees here in the garden, in
Yeah.
his mom's garden. And this is his uncle standing in front of the house. And this is, right here, this back house right here, this is his house. But, not his house, Mr. Pete's house, that's where he raised
So
his
this
family.
is the Mr. Pete, who,
This is Mr. Pete,
the grandfather.
The blacksmith, and then him standing in front of the forge with some of the tools for the blacksmithing there.
And they had that fake brick kind of
Oh, well, that's the old
felt
thing,
thing on it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really popular at a
Yes.
certain point.
Yeah.
And who's this?
That's his son.
His son.
Yeah, and that's his son here,
Yeah.
Pete. This is Andrew. This is his two sons right here, Herman and Andrew, in the house because they all live together. And Herman was a bachelor.
Okay.
And this is Mr. Pete. And this is Mr. Pete in the fishing stage right here. We have a fishing stage, and this original fishing stage. And that's his two sons there.
So was he a fisherman too?
Yes. He was a fisherman, carpenter, and years ago that's what everybody was.
Yeah.
You know, a fisherman, a carpenter, whatever, you know. But he had another exceptional quality.
Yeah.
He was a blacksmith. Right?
And he probably did a lot of that work, I guess,
Basically.
in the winter time too,
Yes.
probably.
Oh, yes. Because my husband's uncle came down from Toronto a few weeks ago, and he was talking about it. He said, "Oh my God, I remember running down from school, cold winter day, and Mr. Pete, he said he'd be in at the forge. He'd be there early in the morning till late in the evening before, you know, dark, because there's no lights, so,
Yeah.
you know, dark, because they had to get up early to get the work done. And they said he'd be doing, you know, working away and hauling the bellows at the same time because you got to, you know, stoke the fire, right?
Yeah.
So he said he had this thing laid down and he was just kept at it the whole day, you know. He said, and we'd go in as kids and be fascinated with, you know, stuff he'd be doing, but he'd be so scared, like, you know, stay back.
Yeah, they
because-
might get burnt or...
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was so warm and cozy, he said they'd let us come in, you know, and just
Yeah.
watch what was going on. Leo wanted to try to go back to as much as he could, you know, the original.
Yeah. Did they put clapboard on it at some point, like in the past?
No, I don't think so, no, because this is what it looked like when they were taking it down.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say the clapboard. Now, like I said, it was probably the raw board.
Yeah, I think
And
it's got a look of it,
went over.
I'd say it was some
Yeah.
of this here.
I just went over it, right? Right in front of the forge. The day that they took it down was in the 70s.
And when did the forge go up? Do you know?
I think it was in the late 30s.
Okay.
Because, you know, everybody here on the island had horses back then, obviously, and they need their, you know, the shoes replaced. And he was, he got training from a guy that just up the road, Mr. Besso, and he was the only blacksmith here. I don't know about the whole lot of them, but he was the one that everybody came to here that had to get their shoes fixed, or not just shoes, like instruments, like for, you know, the slides or fishing gear or anything like that.
It looks from the picture, I'm assuming this is the chimney.
This is like an oil drum, right?
Yeah, that he used for a chimney, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming from the pictures then
Be
that
right here.
it was right here somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is all stuff that came
Yes.
from in here too?
Yeah, and there's some up here, and just some of the, we got a lot of horseshoes. My husband came out this summer when they were digging up the ash bit a bit more here, and all my grandchildren and my daughters got a they got a
Yeah.
horseshoe they dug up themselves.
Yeah.
And they got pictures and
Yeah, well, I'd say any ones that were no good, they just flicked them to the
yes,
side, right?
yeah, yeah. This is last year when Leo was when they started at the forge, like here. It basically looks like this here. And that's Leo and Timmy right there is just starting it here.
Okay.
And there they are up on Leo had colon cancer, so he get told in last October that he only had a matter of time, but he just dedicated whatever time he had to finishing this up. Here he is, got up on a ladder, him and Tim we had a little shed here alongside, we took that down this summer. So what he was doing was tarring the shingles, and passing them to Tim to put on the roof, here. Here he is here. And here he is when the forge was finished. Yeah, so it's an endeavor of love for sure, and it's Timmy helping his older brother. Timmy's the youngest, Leo's the oldest.
And did Leo remember going into his grandfather's blacksmith shop?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah. Yeah, wonderful memories, because he lived right next door, right? Right here, and the blacksmith shop is right here. As a kid, I mean, you know, you look back at that kind of stuff, and that's like monumental too. You know, a lot of kids, and you know, my children. I got 6 daughters and a son, and you know, I'd like for them to know more of this stuff.